Imagine this. You are in a room that perfectly regulates your temperature, humidity, and light. A gentle algorithm streams content you already agree with. Your food, optimized for bland nutrition, arrives without request. Every potential disturbance, a challenging idea, an uncomfortable emotion, a draft of cold air, has been meticulously engineered away. You are safe. You are content. You are decaying. This is not a dystopian cell, but the logical endpoint of a life chasing perfect comfort. We have built a world to eliminate friction, suffering, and struggle, believing it to be the pinnacle of progress. Yet here lies the unsettling paradox. In smoothing every rough edge of existence, have we inadvertently sanded away our very texture? The friction that sharpens the mind, the cold that reminds us we are alive, the longing that pulls us toward growth, all silenced. What if the ultimate human cost isn't born in hardship, but in its absence? What becomes of a soul that never has to brace against the wind? You feel a quiet tension in this question, a suspicion that your deepest dissatisfactions might not be failures of your comfort, but rebellions against it. This is the silent crisis of our age, and to understand it, we must first uncover the ancient hidden mechanism it has disabled within you. The mechanism is your will to meaning, and comfort is its silent anesthetic. Philosophers have long grasped this. Friedrich Nietzsche warned that the last man, obsessed with comfort and security, would blink and ask, "What is love? What is creation? What is longing?" He saw comfort not as a reward, but as the breeding ground for a profound nihilism. Viktor Frankl, surviving the Auschwitz camps, observed the opposite. Those with a why to live could endure almost any how. His discovery reveals the cruel inversion. Remove the how, the struggle, and the why often withers unseen. Psychologically, we are designed for adaptive stress. Carl Jung called the avoidance of legitimate suffering the neurosis of our age. We outsource every discomfort, from physical labor to moral deliberation, to technology and convenience. But the psyche's needs do not vanish, they metastasize. The anxiety you cannot name, the dull dread behind the scrolling, the existential boredom that no entertainment can cure. This is the displaced energy of a soul seeking a worthy opponent. Society sells you comfort as the goal, but your nervous system knows it is a dead end. It whispers of a forgotten truth. You are not designed for a frictionless heaven, but for a meaningful friction. The greatest trap is believing you are free inside a cage that harms you with pillows. But if comfort is the cage, what monstrous shape does the key take? If this truth unsettles you, if you feel the pull to explore the depths of what we've lost, consider subscribing. Your support allows us to continue this journey. So like this video and share your thoughts in the comments below. The key is jagged, and using it reveals the silent wreckage. The consequence is a life rendered weightless. Neurologically, your brain's prefrontal cortex, the seat of resilience and complex problem solving, atrophies without challenge, much like an unworked muscle. You become more susceptible to cognitive biases, seeing threats in minor inconveniences and seeking the dopamine hit of trivial victories over hard-won mastery. This is what Aldous Huxley foresaw in Brave New World. A populace pacified by pleasure, willingly surrendering what is deeply human for what is easily consumed. Culturally, we see it everywhere. Relationships become disposable at the first sign of conflict as we seek the comfort of perfect alignment rather than the growth found through friction. Passions remain hobbies, never forged in the fires of dedication that demand sacrifice. A low-grade agitation becomes your baseline, a psychic static generated by a life devoid of meaningful resistance. You are not living a tragedy. You are living an ambient documentary, narrated by someone else's algorithm. The urgency here is not of a crashing wave, but of a rising tide, a slow, imperceptible drowning in shallow, temperate water. You feel the ache of a life untested, but this very ache is the compass. It points not backward to a harder past, but forward toward a radical and counterintuitive rebellion. The rebellion begins with a single, counterintuitive act. You must court deliberate discomfort. This is not a return to mere hardship, but the targeted seeking of productive friction. It is the philosophy of the Stoic, who practices poverty to appreciate wealth, and the mindset of the artist, who embraces the agony of the blank page. Historically, think of Carl Jung venturing into the unconscious, or Nietzsche ascending to his intellectual heights in physical isolation and illness. They understood that tension is the precursor to transformation. Start by inserting small, voluntary struggles. A cold shower that shocks the system awake. A difficult book that demands your full attention. A conversation that challenges your views. Reclaim your physical agency through exertion that makes you breathe heavily. Defy algorithmic curation by seeking art and ideas that confuse and unsettle you. This is how you reactivate the dormant will. You are not seeking pain, but the proof of your own capacity. You are retraining your nervous system to interpret resistance not as a signal to retreat, but as an invitation to engage. With each chosen difficulty, you are quietly dismantling the cage. But this raises a final, staggering question. If you succeed, what is waiting for you on the other side of comfort? The ultimate truth is that comfort was never the destination. It was the sedative. On the other side awaits not a life of perpetual struggle, but a life of authentic presence. The final realization is this: meaning is not found in the absence of tension, but in the quality of the tension you are willing to sustain. Your deepest fulfillment is a function of the worthy burdens you choose to carry. The philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer saw the will as a ceaseless striving, a source of suffering, but he missed the counterpoint. To direct that will consciously toward a purpose you have defined is to transform suffering into significance. This is the paradigm shift. The chasing of comfort was a flight from your own power. By embracing necessary friction, you are not condemning yourself to hardship. You are finally engaging in a conscious dialogue with reality. You stop being a passive recipient of a manufactured world and become an active participant in crafting your soul. The haunting inspiration is this: your capacity for joy expands precisely in proportion to your capacity to endure meaningful discomfort. The easy life was the hidden cost. The difficult, meaningful one is the hidden reward. Now, feel the weight of the burdens you were meant to carry, and choose them. If this new lens on reality has shifted something within you, subscribe to keep questioning the world you think you know. Let us know in the comments what worthy burden you'll choose to carry, and share this with someone who needs to hear it.